Have you ever wondered why the Earth is round, not triangular, square, or even flat? Well, this question actually has a cool and fascinating answer. From shadow measurements to the forces of the universe, let's dive into the exciting journey of uncovering the secrets behind our planet's shape. Have you ever wondered why the Earth is round? Why not square, flat, or even triangular? Don't worry, you're not alone. Hundreds of years ago, people thought the same way. Some even believed the Earth was flat, like a giant plate. They feared that if they walked too far, they'd fall off the edge. But over time, science gave us clues that the Earth is actually round. So, how did we figure that out? Here's the story. About 2,000 years ago, a Greek man named Eratosthenes came along. He wasn't just smart, he was also super curious. One day, he heard that in the city of Syene, at noon, the sun was directly overhead, so there were no shadows. But where he lived, in Alexandria, shadows still appeared. He thought, if the Earth were flat, why would the shadows be different? That's when he started an experiment that changed everything. Eratosthenes measured the shadow of a pole in Alexandria at noon. He compared the shadow's length to the pole's height and calculated the angle of the sunlight. Then, using the known distance between Syene and Alexandria, he estimated the Earth's circumference. Crazy, right? This was around 200 BCE, and his guess was surprisingly accurate. Imagine, just using shadows and logic, he proved the Earth is round. But even after Eratosthenes' discovery, many still believed the Earth was flat. Even in the Middle Ages, some feared sailors would fall off the edge of the world. Yet explorers like Christopher Columbus sailed on and eventually returned to where they started. Without ever falling off, they circumnavigated the globe, further proving the Earth's curvature. If it were flat, how could they return from the opposite direction? Now, picture yourself standing on a beach. In the distance, you see a ship approaching. What do you notice first? The sails. Then, slowly, the hull comes into view. Why? Because the ship is emerging from behind the Earth's curve. If the Earth were flat, you'd see the entire ship at once from afar. But since it's round, the lower part stays hidden longer. This is simple proof you can see for yourself. No telescope or complicated math needed. There's also evidence from lunar eclipses. During an eclipse, the Earth blocks sunlight from reaching the moon, casting a shadow on its surface. And that shadow? Always curved. Never square, triangular, or star-shaped. That means the Earth must be round. If the shadow is always curved, it's obvious. It can't be flat. Humans have observed this fact since ancient times. Then there's gravity. If the Earth were flat, gravity would pull everything toward the center of its surface. That means the farther you got from the center, the more tilted you'd feel. Water would also pool in the middle instead of spreading evenly. But in reality, down feels the same everywhere. That's because the Earth is round and gravity pulls everything toward its center from all directions. That's why oceans don't just pile up on one side. And what about photos from space? It's crystal clear. The Earth is round, like a ball. Every astronaut who's been to space has seen the same thing. Satellite images, live streams from the ISS, they all show a beautiful, round Earth. You can even check it yourself on Google Earth. So, if anyone still claims the Earth is flat, maybe they just haven't updated their info. But wait, is the Earth a perfect sphere? Not exactly. It's slightly flattened at the poles and wider at the equator due to its rotation. Imagine spinning a water balloon fast. The middle would bulge. The Earth works the same way. Its true shape is called an oblate spheroid. Still round, but not like a soccer ball. More like a ball gently pressed from the top and bottom. So, from shadow measurements to satellite photos, everything points to one fact. The Earth is round. But that raises another question. Why did the Earth become round in the first place? Why not some other shape when it formed? Well, the answer isn't as simple as it seems. It's tied to an incredible force in the universe. In episode 2, we'll explore how that force shaped the Earth into what it is today. Okay, we already know the Earth is round. But why is it round? The answer lies in one incredibly powerful force of nature: gravity. Back when Earth was just a baby, it wasn't like it is now. it was just dust and gas floating in space. But gravity started pulling everything toward a central point, like a cosmic magnet. Over time, those dust particles clumped together, collided, and eventually formed a massive ball, which became our planet. Gravity's job is to pull all matter toward the center of mass, and the most efficient shape for everything to be pulled evenly toward the center. A sphere. If Earth were a weird shape, like a cube or a pyramid, the edges would eventually collapse inward due to gravity's pull. So, a sphere is the most stable shape for large celestial objects. That's why nearly all planets, stars, and moons in space are round. It's just how the universe works, bro. But remember, it took billions of years for Earth to become the shape it is today. In its early days, the surface was still molten and extremely hot, making it easy for gravity to mold it into a ball. As it cooled, that spherical shape stayed locked in. This is also why larger planets tend to be round. Their gravity is strong enough to resist any weird, uneven shapes. If you look at small asteroids in space, many have odd shapes, like potatoes, peanuts, or even donuts. Why? Because they're not big enough. Their gravity is too weak to form a perfect sphere. But once an object gets big enough, bam! Gravity takes over and it starts rounding out. So, the rule is, the bigger the celestial body, the rounder it gets. Kinda scary how powerful gravity is, huh? But don't think gravity works alone. Earth's rotation also plays a huge role. As the planet spins at high speed, its middle, the equator, gets pushed outward slightly. That's why Earth isn't a perfect sphere, but slightly flattened at the poles. It's like spinning a water balloon. The middle bulges. This phenomenon reminds us that while Earth is round, its shape has a complex and fascinating backstory. And guess what? Even oceans and mountains don't mess with Earth's roundness. From space, our planet looks smooth as a marble. Mount Everest is huge to us, but compared to Earth's diameter, it's like a tiny speck on a basketball. So, on a large scale, Earth's surface is consistent enough to be considered round. Think of an orange. It has texture, but it's still round. Now, some people still believe in the flat Earth theory, using weird arguments like, if Earth is spinning, why don't we feel it? Or, why don't we see the curve on the horizon? But science explains all that. We don't feel the spin because it's constant and smooth, and the horizon looks flat because Earth is just too big. Our eyes can't detect the curve directly. So, understanding Earth's shape isn't just about facts, it's proof of how Atike. Science helps us decode the universe. From ancient Greeks to modern researchers, everyone's worked together to find answers. And the answer was right in front of us all along. Earth is round because of gravity, rotation, and the epic process of cosmic evolution. Pretty mind-blowing, right? Now you know, Earth's shape isn't just a fact, it's an incredible story of cosmic evolution. From dust to a living planet. Imagine, tiny particles colliding, forming mountains, oceans, and life, all starting with becoming round first. So next time you look at the night sky or open Google Maps, remember, you're standing on a giant, near-perfect sphere, shaped by the universe's coolest laws. And that's the full story of why Earth is round. From Eratosthenes' shadow experiment to gravity, rotation, and cosmic forces, everything plays a part. Science isn't just about numbers, it's about curiosity and wonder. Who knew Earth's round shape had such a long, mysterious history? And the coolest part? We're still learning. Who knows what other cosmic mysteries we'll uncover next? Now you know Earth isn't round by chance. There's science, history, and natural forces that make this shape make sense. And the coolest part? This story is just the beginning of many more mysteries of the universe. Ready to keep exploring more fun facts together? If you enjoyed this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss other exciting videos. Likes and comments will also help this channel grow even more. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.